I've talked with a lot of people over 60, and one thing I hear often is this quiet question. What now? Maybe you've lost someone, or your days feel longer and quieter than before. I just want you to know, those feelings make sense, but they don't have to be the whole story. There are still things you can do, real, small things, that make a real difference, and that's what we'll talk about today. Let's start with something simple but truly powerful. One of the most important things, really the foundation, is movement. And I don't mean exercise like they show in commercials. I'm talking about small, gentle movements that remind your body it's still here for you. When we stop moving, even a little, our muscles weaken, our joints stiffen, and most of all, we start feeling older than we are. That's not your fault. It happens naturally when we're alone more often, or when we don't feel like there's much to get up for anymore. I remember one of my patients, Martha. She was 72, living just outside Kansas City. After her husband passed, she told me she didn't see a reason to go for walks anymore. She stayed inside, sitting by the window most days. A few months later, she started having knee pain and felt winded just climbing a few stairs. I visited her one afternoon, and we just stood up from her chair and walked slowly around her living room, once, then twice. That was our starting point. Over time, she began walking to her mailbox, then to the end of the street. It wasn't fast, and it wasn't easy. But she did it. She smiled more. Her color improved. She started planting flowers again in the spring. What often helps is choosing just one small thing. Stand up once every hour, stretch your arms, walk across the room. If it's a nice day, step outside for 5 minutes. Don't think about it as exercise. Think of it as telling your body, I still need you. You deserve to feel strong in your own skin. Like a tree that's weathered storms, you're still standing, and you can keep growing inch by inch. Even a tiny step is still a step forward. Here's something else I've seen matter more than most people realize: staying connected. I know it's not always easy. People move away, loved ones pass, routines change, and suddenly, whole days go by without really speaking to anyone. But loneliness isn't just a feeling, it affects your health. It can raise your blood pressure, lower your immunity, even make memory problems worse. Your body and mind both need connection, just like they need food and rest. I remember George, a 68-year-old man from Ohio. His wife had died the year before, and after moving closer to his daughter's family, he didn't really know anyone in town. He told me it felt too late to start again. One day I mentioned that the local library had a free chess group on Thursdays. George had played in college, but hadn't touched a board in years. He decided to try. That first time, he stayed just 20 minutes, but he came back. And now, 2 years later, he's helping run that same group and has a new circle of friends who check in on each other. It didn't fix everything, but it changed a lot. One of the simplest ways to start is by reaching out to someone. A neighbor, an old friend, a family member. You can write a letter, make a short phone call, or stop for a chat with someone at the grocery store. If you're up to it, join a community group. Even online, you still matter to the world around you. Like a lamp in a dark room, your presence brings warmth. Even a small conversation can remind you you're not invisible. You're still part of something. Something I always tell people is this: don't forget to take care of your mind. It's easy to focus only on the body, aches, medications, sleep, but your brain needs attention too. As we age, it's normal to feel slower with names or get distracted more easily. But when you stop giving your mind little challenges, it starts to slow down even more. And that can lead to frustration, sadness, even fear. You might start wondering, am I losing myself? You're not. You just need to give your brain something to hold on to. A woman I worked with, Linda, 75, from a small town in Oregon, had always loved reading. After a mild stroke, she said books felt too hard. The words blurred together and she couldn't follow the story. She thought that meant her sharpness was gone. But we tried something different. Short podcasts, 10 minutes long. Then we added simple crossword puzzles. She started writing one sentence a day about her memories. Slowly she felt clearer. Her eyes lit up when she could recall names, dates, even small jokes. Her mind hadn't disappeared. It just needed a new path to follow. One of the easiest ways to start is by picking one brain activity a day. Try naming 5 things you see outside. Practice remembering your grocery list without writing it down. Do a small puzzle or play a memory game on your phone or tablet. Start light and be patient. Your brain is still growing, still curious, still capable. Like a garden that needs watering, it will bloom again with a little care. Just don't give up on it. It hasn't given up on you. Now let's talk about something that many people feel but don't always say out loud, the shift that happens when you suddenly find yourself more alone than you used to be. Maybe your kids moved out long ago. Maybe your partner's gone. Maybe retirement changed your whole routine. It can feel like you've lost your role, your place, your purpose, and that can lead to feeling stuck. But here's the truth I've learned over the years. This new independence doesn't have to be empty. It can be freeing. I think of Frank, 70, from Tucson. He was a mechanic for over 40 years. After retiring and going through a quiet divorce, he said every day felt the same. No clock-in, no co-workers, no one waiting at home. He told me, "I don't even know what to do with myself." We talked for a while, and he mentioned he used to sketch cars as a kid. I encouraged him to try again. He picked up a pencil, then a brush. A year later, he was painting classic cars and showing them at the community center. He said, "I found a version of myself I'd forgotten about." That independence gave him space to discover something new. One small way to begin is by asking yourself, what did I once enjoy but stopped doing? Was it music, gardening, writing, fixing things? Let yourself try again, with no pressure. Just start. There's still room for joy in this chapter of your life. Like an open road with no deadline, you get to decide where to go next. You're not behind, you're just beginning again, in your own way. If something I shared here made you pause or feel a little lighter, tell me about it. Leave a comment, even just a few words. Someone else might read it and feel less alone. And if you'd like more simple, real support like this, go ahead and subscribe, maybe hit the bell too. You're still growing, you're still needed. Life hasn't stopped, and as long as you keep reaching out, it never will.